Hi everyone, and thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's so nice to just see everyone here in person instead of behind a computer screen for a change. So, we started the mentoring scheme in March 2021 for individual members, and the response for it was really positive straight away. By October of 2021, we already had 21 mentors signed up and 16 mentees, which is when I started to manage a scheme. We now have a total of 39 active mentors, and some of those have been with us since 2021. And over the course of 4 years, we've had 65 mentors in total. That's about the number of people in this room. Now coming to the end of our 4th year, we've actually had 78 total successful mentorship matches, which, if you divide it over the 4 years, works out at approximately 20 successful matches per year. And the reason that we're at 78 is because a lot of our mentors have worked with more than one mentee, some of them with 2 or 3 mentees at the same time. I want to say a quick thank you to Adam Newbold. He's not here tonight, but he's one of our mentors, and he put together some of the visuals that are on here on my presentation. It has been my absolute pleasure to manage the scheme by welcoming people, matching people up, listening to the feedback, and then having the meetups with the mentors as well. So how come I get to do this? So I've been working with Sheffield Digital on a freelance basis for about 6 years, which is crazy. I can't believe it. But it's nice to see so many familiar faces in here, especially considering I don't even live in Sheffield. I've also got 9 years of experience working as a career coach since leaving my job as a data analyst in London. And I have to say that my experience working there at this company wasn't particularly positive, and I just felt like I didn't have the support or the direction or any mentors that supported me when it was really difficult working in that organisation. And that has been what I've been wanting to help people with, because I just felt like I had no one to turn to, only doctors in a GP saying you need to deal with your anxiety. So I just feel like I really want to dedicate my time to helping others in reaching out for support and getting what they need, whether that's in employment or in the transition period between employment and also during unemployment. And some of those coaching skills that I have actually lended really well into mentoring. Obviously, there are some big differences. Coaching is much more questions-based. Mentorship is more about guidance and a more supportive approach. But I feel that coaching has really helped to guide me while managing the scheme. I've volunteered as a mentor and been paid as a mentor in Sheffield via Sheffield Hallam University, the University of Sheffield, and the former Sheffield Creative Guild. And they actually provided some very good skills training for me in the build-up to what I do now. I have, as I said, I have a deep and genuine interest in career paths. Many people spend the majority of their time in the workplace, and therefore I think it's really important that people feel supported, valued, and have opportunities to learn and grow in the ways that interest them. I very much enjoy being part of shaping individual career journeys, and the Sheffield Digital Mentoring Scheme has provided me with this opportunity to be involved in the context of the tech and digital industries here in Sheffield. I've learned a lot along the way and connected with many inspiring people. I can't even begin to tell you how generous the mentors are with their time in what they put into this. And also, I just feel so proud of the mentees who are facing their fears and changing or progressing their careers, because it can be a really scary thing to do. So here today, I want to celebrate what's going on behind the scenes, tell you what the positive impact is, and also invite you to join in. I know I can see some faces in here that are already joining in, but if we can get even more people involved, then I think the impact can be even stronger. So what are we getting out of our scheme as individuals, as a community, as a city, and beyond? Let's first look at what mentees get out of it. So they receive professional one-to-one support and guidance towards their tech careers. And this might be people who are new to the sector, looking to progress within it, needing support with confidence and communication skills for interviews and just attending meetups, and also retraining in a different field. And I think mentees are also benefiting by developing a new network. For example, they can make new LinkedIn connections through their mentors network. They attend meetups for the first time. We've actually had some mentors who are actually going to the meetups with their mentees, introducing them to people so you don't get that overwhelm of walking into a room where nobody knows each other. And then Sheffield Digital membership, so there's meetups for individual members. Then we have events like this here at the AGM, and then we have our Friday Geek Brekkies, which is basically open invite to everybody to go and join Chris and the crew for coffee and breakfast at House Street Cafe each Friday morning. It's also really good for people just to get out of the house. A lot of the mentees are saying to me, they're so drained by just applying for jobs. They don't know who to speak to. They don't know what to do differently. So just get out of the house and have a coffee with their mentor or a chat with me. And that makes a difference. Simply just doing something out of home. And also the meetups for mentees, which we're going to start doing this year so that people can get together, talk about the challenges they're facing, compare notes on where to look for jobs and things like that. So next, let's look at what our mentors get out of it. And firstly, to mention that all of our mentors volunteer their time towards our scheme, which we are really grateful for. We think that the personal impact for them are things like feeling a sense of satisfaction and giving something back to the city, an increase of self-esteem. Sometimes they become aware of their knowledge that they didn't even know they had. Feeling valued, maintaining and developing mentoring skills, meeting new people outside of their jobs, because we have the meetups for mentors and also they get to meet the mentees, and adding their volunteer work to their CV and LinkedIn profiles, which you're very welcome to do, of course. And then also learning with peers, so networking at meetups for mentors. They've been really successful. We offer opportunities for people to present about their experiences, discuss challenges at our meetups, so that the mentors also feel supported throughout the scheme. And we share resources, and we also have a private Slack channel, and we problem solve together. So let's look beyond that. Skipped a page. So beyond that, let's have a look at the impact on the Sheffield Digital community. So really what we're doing is we're bringing people together in person, as I said, especially since the increase in working from home. So that's one of the major benefits of the scheme. We're adding value to our membership. This was something that people asked for, and we feel that it's really added something to what people are investing in. People are receiving one-to-one support during unemployment and through adjustment to employment, which I think is massive because it can feel so alone and so frustrating when you're looking for work. And then also bringing in a real feeling of community. We're not just saying that it's a community, we actually have a feeling in terms of people turning up and knowing each other, talking openly and having that real sense of belonging. And then even wider than that, what is the impact? So I've noticed it may be small at the moment, but I think there is an improvement in diversity in tech employment, and this is mainly because our mentors are supporting people who are very qualified and experienced, but perhaps they don't have the confidence in their communication skills in order to put themselves out there. So that is, and we're actually seeing people, we get so many messages of people saying, I've got a job now. And of course that isn't the purpose of the scheme to just get people into jobs, but it has become a really great benefit, and there's more diversity happening because of it. Our scheme is bridging the gap between people feeling things like alone, lost, frustrated and overwhelmed, to instead feeling well-informed and finding a sense of considered direction with a strong community dynamic. It means that people can access friendly, knowledgeable people to talk to as soon as they arrive in Sheffield. And that's what I love, when people have just literally just landed in Sheffield and they have no idea where to go, and then someone mentions Sheffield Digital or our mentoring scheme, and before you know it, they're popping up somewhere, whether it's an individual meetup, members meetup, or whether it's something like tonight, or up on Slack. And it's just amazing how suddenly people start to feel like they're welcome and they're part of something. And also, I think another really good thing about the mentoring scheme is that we have consistency and accessibility. We offer it all year round, and we believe that we make it affordable for most people, in that it just costs it's just £6 a month for individual membership. So we have come across a few challenges along the way, and I'll just briefly highlight those challenges and how we have tried our best to resolve them. So one of the things that we addressed was that we didn't have a resource available for mentors to refer to during a meeting, because sometimes you just get a bit stuck if someone's talking about something, they go off on a tangent or they go too deeply into something. So now we have this amazing resource that we pay for, where you can quickly refer to that during a meeting, whether that's online or in person. And it just can help shape some questions to direct your mentee into a more positive direction, or setting boundaries of what can be talked about in that time and place and what needs to maybe be dealt with outside of the meeting. It's been interesting getting the matches right and making the commitment and accountability clear. So there's some people who come in and they want 10 sessions a month, and there's others that kind of drift off after 1 or 2 sessions. So the way that I've tried to resolve that is by having introductory calls with both mentors and mentees, just so that we get to know each other, understand the formalities of the scheme and how important that is, so that everyone knows where they stand. And then there's intentions versus real life. So mentors or mentees taking breaks from the scheme. So we've actually put that in place and said to people that is absolutely okay. While we may want to consistently meet with somebody every single month, sometimes that just isn't possible. So we just allow lots of flexibility and space for that. And then if there's any difficulties with that, then you can come to Sheffield Digital and just say, how do we handle this? Because I think it's so important to have that all supported as well, and for someone to say that's okay. Some mentors are in more demand than others, meaning that some haven't been matched yet. So they're hanging in there 3 years later, which I'll come to on a couple of slides later. And the way that I want to resolve that is to attract more diversity, so that it's not just the majority of developers coming to us and engineers, but other career pursuits as well. The majority of our mentees are looking for a job, and what I've had to do is just make it really clear that this isn't the responsibility of the mentors, and just helping them to redirect it so that other goals, such as working on confidence or communication, is clear rather than it's just about getting a job. And some mentees have left the scheme because of that, or they've only maybe been to 1 or 2 sessions because it hasn't met their expectations. But again, the introductory calls are really helping with that, so that I can iron those out at the very beginning. So it really is great to see this increase in mentors signing up to our scheme. What we need from you, if you have the availability and interest, is more women signing up as mentors as well as men, please. We need to spread the word about the scheme because of the massively positive impact it's having. So please tell your colleagues and share it with your LinkedIn network. And we also need more of our members signing up as mentees, as we do have mentors available. So these are some of the types of mentors that we have on a waiting list, and some of them have been there for maybe 2 or 3 years. So if you know someone who could do with a mentor who works in these fields, then please do tell them about our scheme, and I can work on matching them up. So lastly, how to join the scheme. So you can talk to me tonight and give me your email address. There's some forms at the back of the room on the tables. So if you can just fill in those, and then I'll send you more information after tonight. You can email me, and I'll just show your interest, and I'll follow that up I was going to say tomorrow, but probably not tomorrow, next week. You can message me on Slack if you're on there, and join the mentoring channel if you just want to kind of spy on what's going on and read some more of the testimonials. And we do also have a page which we're working on. We're trying to improve that at the moment. So if you go on the website, you can also visit that. And all of these options will direct you towards our sign-up forms, which are very just simple. If you want to sign up as a mentor, there's no kind of gateway. You know, you can just say, I want to offer this if anyone needs this support. Don't feel like you have to be in a really senior, high-up role or have loads of mentoring experience. I can guide you through all of that. So if you just feel like you have something to offer, then please do put yourself forward if you have the time. If you want to sign up as a mentee, you need to be a member at either individual level, freelancer level, as a startup company or a micro company. So if you're any of those, or if you're not and you want to be, then I can also tell you about how you join membership. Lastly, I just want to say that it really is amazing what can happen between 2 people having a conversation over a cup of tea or coffee. And that is simply what it is, really, is just 2 people sitting together and working some things out, problem solving. That's it. Thank you very much for listening.